Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, Axel Gospel Church, Senior Pastor. Bishop Jackson, you were reading off a whole list of accomplishments of LaRon Armstrong, who was fired by the mayor.
Yes.
Continue, because this is interesting.
And this list that I'm reading, he has been able to accomplish all of this within the 2 years that he's been police chief.
Only 2 years and all those accomplishments?
And I'm not through. I'm half the list.
Go ahead.
So he joined the National 30 by 30 initiative to hire 30% women officers within the department by 2030, implementing specific strategies focused on the recruitment of women. He partnered with the LGBTQ community for specific recruitment of new officer candidates. He implemented a chief's hiring interview as the final stage to ensure that Oakland Police Department is hiring officers that respect and understand Oakland values. That's big.
That is huge.
Never happened before. And understanding the culture of the people that they're policing.
And that's really the kind of chief you really want and seldom are able to find.
It's absolute. He graduated 4 police academies in 2022, and which represented over 100 officers joining the Oakland Police Department, making a total of 713 police officers. We haven't had that many police officers, and I don't know when. And then he hired the department's first wellness manager, a department of scientists, and legislative manager. He implemented promotional panels for all ranks. These panels include a police commission member and community member, allowing the community to have a voice in who's promoted to higher ranks within the police department. He implemented a call reduction strategy to reduce the number of calls for service in the East Oakland area, deep East Oakland area, by the way, expanding 5 areas to 6 areas, bringing an additional area to East Oakland. This addition would bring additional officers to the area where we have the greatest number of calls for service. That's East Oakland, from High Street all the way to the San Leandro border.
He was not afraid to come out into those communities.
Came out all the time. And every time we had any kind of program, we invited him, he always showed up. And this move has led to significant reduction in homicides and shootings in East Oakland in 2022 and faster responses to the calls for police services. This is revolutionary. This man, he added additional investigators to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit to help improve case closure rates. I'm not done.
Oh, well, keep on going.
He hired the first victim liaison specialist to help provide support to victims and families. He secured outside partnerships and additional resources with the FBI, AFT, and U.S. Marshals to assist with addressing gun violence in the city of Oakland. He implemented a new crime reduction strategy in October of 22, which focused placing more officers in the community and focusing all attention of removing firearms from the community. This resulted in the recovery of a department record of 1,400 guns he was able to take off the streets. He reduced homicides by 10% and shooting by 20% in 2022. Community trust building, he conducted 35 conversations towards solutions with every police beat in the city of Oakland. He created the Community Pastors Response Program with the pastors of Oakland, bringing clergy to assist officers when dealing with traumatic events. The program has now 30 ministers trained in responding in the field. He conducted 3 community engagement block parties throughout the city of Oakland, allowing community to meet the officers that patrol their neighborhoods. These events were attended by hundreds of Oakland community members. He worked with community-based organizations to provide hundreds of backpacks to children going back to school. He worked with the community-based organizations to provide meals during the holiday season, allowing officers to feed members of our community. He created the Toys for the Town event, where every member of the OPD donated a gift to be given to families in the city of Oakland. The department provided 2,500 gifts to families in the city of Oakland.
Now that's community involvement.
That's definite community involvement. He created liaison officers assigned to Chinatown, Little Saigon, Fruitvale area, and the African American community. He brought OPD under budget by $3 million.
That's a lot of money.
The first time in history where OPD has come in under budget. Need I say
And
more?
he was fired.
Need I say more about this, man?
You don't need to say anything, and I understand that there has not been one shooting of a black person by a police officer under his tenure. Is that correct? I don't know.
That's absolutely correct. Yes, sir, absolutely correct.
That is
And this woman,
incredible.
without even know how to spell his last name, without knowing anything about him, without taking consideration into anything he's done and accomplished, the first thing she does as the new mayor of the city is fire the man that's doing the most with trying to quell the violence and the homicides we've been experiencing for way too long.
Now, she ran on the campaign of enhancing public safety.
Well,
now, could you explain to me how that has enhanced
She's
public
enhancing
safety?
it, all right, because public safety is now number one. They're robbing and committing crimes like never before and getting away clean. Don't let me talk about the new DA. I don't want to talk about that because a lot of these criminals are getting out of jail, and the new DA is allowing that to happen. The point I'm saying is this man is trying to clean up the city with crime and homicides, making our city safer. We need this man as police chief. Everybody ought to be up in arms about LaRon Armstrong. Everybody that's viewing this broadcast ought to write a letter to the mayor saying, we want our police chief, LaRon Armstrong, reinstated. Now they're going to start a search for somebody who don't live in Oakland, don't know anything about the community, nothing about the culture, nothing about the people, care less about Oakland, going to come in from out of state somewhere and going to change everything about what this man has worked hard 2 years. He's been on the force over 22 years. He came up through the ranks. He grew up in West Oakland. He's one of us. He's one of ours. His brother was gunned down in the city. He understands tragedy and violence and homicide. It's impacted his life, which causes him and made him the kind of leader of the police department that he is today.
And on that note, we're going to have to go to break, Bishop. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson. Isn't he passionate? We will be right back.